Okay, so let's dive in today. We're looking at something you probably know, uh, the fox and the grapes. Adult
Whatever.
fable.
Classic Aesop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seems simple, right? But we think it actually holds this really powerful mirror up to, well, us, adults. How we handle things not going our way, unmet desires, maybe what feels like failure.
Right. There's a lot packed into that little story about human nature.
So that's our mission today. Dig into this fable and pull out some insights about how we tick.
Sounds good.
Okay, so just to recap quickly, you've got this fox, he's hungry, spots these amazing looking grapes, like perfectly ripe, hanging way up high on a vine.
Mouth watering, the whole deal.
Totally. And he tries, he leaps, gives it his all, jumps again and again,
Hmm.
but they're just too high. He can't reach them. He fails.
And that's where it gets interesting, isn't it? The failure itself is one thing, but it's the reaction.
Yes, that's the core of it, isn't it? It's what he does after he fails, that moment where desire meets reality. So what's his move?
Well, this is the fascinating psychological twist. He doesn't just like walk away defeated. He does something else. He reframes it entirely.
How so?
As he's walking off, he kind of mutters to himself, those grapes are probably sour anyway.
Right, the famous line.
Exactly. And that's not just him being grumpy. It's almost a textbook case of cognitive dissonance. Our brains hate that tension when what we want crashes with what happened.
So wanting the grapes but failing to get them,
Yeah,
that creates discomfort.
precisely. And often the easiest way to resolve that mental static isn't to admit I failed or I need a new plan, but to change how we see the goal. Make the grapes sour, devalue the thing we couldn't get.
That hits home. It's not just giving up, it's the story we spin afterwards.
Yeah.
And if we're being honest, I think we've all been that fox sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I remember trying to learn, I don't know, coding. Got super frustrated after a few weeks, couldn't get the hang of it. And suddenly, coding is not really creative enough for me anyway.
Huh, classic sour grapes. Yeah, and the source material, the idea behind the fable that shows up everywhere. Job hunting, right? You get a rejection.
Mm.
Instead of thinking, okay, what can I improve? Oh, maybe you just decide, oh, that company culture looked toxic anyway. Or, relationships.
Oh, yeah, after a breakup. You know what? They had annoying habits anyway. Wasn't right.
Exactly. It protects the ego, sure, in the short term, but the danger is it stops you learning. If the fox really believes the grapes are sour, why would he ever analyze his jump or look for, I don't know, a lower branch?
He wouldn't. He just moves on, but maybe hasn't actually learned anything from the attempt itself.
Right. He avoids the discomfort but misses the lesson.
Okay, but here's a question then. Is it always sour grapes?
Hmm.
Like, is it sometimes actually okay or even healthy to decide something isn't worth the effort anymore? How do you tell the difference?
That's a really crucial point. It's about honest assessment versus like a knee-jerk devaluation. Growth doesn't come from stubbornly chasing everything. It comes from owning the desire, owning the effort, even the failure, and then asking, okay, what did I learn? What's the real takeaway here?
So less resentment, more reflection.
Yes. The fable points towards needing a smarter plan, not just bitterness. For the fox, maybe that smarter plan wasn't just jump higher. Maybe it was finding a rock to stand on, or a stick, or noticing another vine entirely.
Ah, okay. So it's about the strategy, not just dismissing the goal.
Exactly. And for us, if it's that job rejection, the smarter plan might be asking for feedback, genuinely asking, or identifying a skill gap, or practicing interview techniques for the next time.
Not just writing off the whole company or field.
Right. Or in relationships, instead of just they weren't right, maybe it's reflecting on communication or what you actually need or, areas for your own growth. It's that shift from avoidance to proactive thinking, self-improvement, basically.
Wow. Okay, so this quick dive into a really simple story, it actually it makes you rethink it completely.
Yeah.
The lesson isn't just don't give up. It's deeper.
It's about how we mentally process not getting what we want. That internal narrative matters.
Yeah. It's about acknowledging what we wanted, what we tried, without falling into that self-deceiving sour grapes trap. Because that trap, well, it stops us from actually growing.
Mm-hmm. Blocks the path forward.
So maybe something for you listening to think about. What sour grapes might you be holding on to? Something you dismissed because it felt out of reach.
Yeah. And maybe what could a smarter plan look like for you?
Right. What honest reflection or new approach could lead to actual progress instead of just, walking away muttering something to chew on?